Hey TOTALmtg fans, it's Matt here, and today we're doing a deck tech with a deck I like to call Whisper Whip. If you can guess by the name, it could have Whisperwind Elemental in it, and it could have a Whip of Erebos, but I like this deck and I would definitely recommend taking it to FNM this week. If you're battling some standard, it's very good fun. And so without further ado, let me show you the deck and what it comprises of. So we have a little bit of ramp in the deck to start off with. So we have some Elvish Mystics. So we have 4 Elvish Mystics. Also some Sylvan Carotid. It is Abzan colour, this deck. So it's good to have, you know, Carotid is good, it's Defender, Hexproof. Adds 1 mana of any colours. You know, always difficult to remove the Carotid. So we have 4 of them. Then we have Heir of the Wilds. Low mana cost creature, has Death Touch. Also has Ferocious, but you know, basically the deck comprises of Whisper Woods, Master of the Unseens that you will see as well. Always good to flip over if they're attacking with a big creature. Always, you know, low mana cost to gain the life first of all with the Mastery, and then to, you know, swing over a Death Touch creature is always pretty nifty and a good little trick. The same trick can be said of Hornet's Nest. When they're swinging in with their, you know, maybe their big rhinos or, you know, any big stomping creature. Hornet's Nest is good because basically it will die, but it will give you 1/1 green instant creature tokens when it's dealt damage. Just a couple of them in the deck. Then we run a Brutal Horde Chief. Whenever a creature you control attacks, defender player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. All about life gain in this deck. Flipping over one of these when attacking, you know, with multiple manifest creatures gives you the extra life. It's also got the ability where you can choose your opponent's control how they block for the turn if able, and you choose how they blocks. This wasn't originally in the deck, but one of our versus match guys, Connor, suggested me to put this in a deck, and it's been brilliant ever since. Much to his disapproval, as I, you know, can beat him with it. Also the Siege Rhino. Can't have an Abzan deck without the Siege Rhino. 4/5 Trampler. What can you say about Rhinos? A lot has been said already. You know, opponent loses 3 life, you gain 3 life, so it's more life gain as well. Run a full play set of them. And then to one of the important cards of the deck, Whisperwind Elemental. One of my favourite cards from this set. At the beginning of your end step, you manifest the top card of your library. Also has the ability of you can sacrifice Whisperwind Elemental, and then at the end of turn, non-token creatures you gain when the creature dies, you manifest the top card. So good against the sweepers. You know, if someone's Crux of Fate in you or end hostilities, you've got the ability just to do it and then bring loads of creatures back as well. So we run 4 of them. Onto the enchantments. Master of the Unseen. Play set of them. This is obviously part of the deck. Whenever a permanent you control is turn face up, you gain 1 life. So obviously with a lot of manifests, falling down on life, you flip one. Whether it, you know, if it's just an Elvish Mystic and you've got all those creatures on the battlefield, you know, it costs 1 to flip, and it's, you know, it's going to gain you a ton of life. If you've got 2 of them over, it's going to gain you double the life. Obviously 3 if you're very lucky to get 3 in play, or even 4. You know, basically you're going to get so much life. It's going to be really hard for them to sort of catch up. Also has the ability of manifesting the top card of your library. So, you know, if you've got no Whisperwoods out, but you've got one of these and you can spare the mana, you can just obviously just, you know, play a manifest and hopefully do some of that. What I've put in this deck as well is Whip of Erebos. Do find that a lot of the creatures obviously do get kills in this deck because they want to kill the Whisper, but you can whip them back, use the abilities, you know, end of turn, do a manifest, get you another creature, potentially getting 2, you know, when you return the target creature card if it's a Whisperwind Elemental. Plus also gives obviously creatures haste, sorry not haste, lifelink. You know, there's nothing better than whipping back a Siege Rhino. I've not seen it in conjunction with the Mastery and Whips. You know, this is the Whisper Whip deck. So, you know, it's a little bit different to my own brew. Just in case we need to do a sweep, we can do, got Crux of Fate. A couple of them. There's a lot of dragons going around at the moment, so this is, you know, Destroy All Dragons is a good card. And obviously if we do have the Whispered out, we can still kill our own creatures and then still use the ability of the Whisperwind Elemental and get loads more, you know, hopefully manifest tokens. The other final part of the deck is a couple of Sorins. Gives you creatures +1/+0 and lifelink. So you know, if you've got loads of little 2/2s out, you can give them that extra bit of power, maybe to get, you know, to get the extra bump through to kill an opponent off. Also can give you a 2/2 vampire. And obviously the emblem is, you know, I think on Sorin is quite easy to get with a lot of protectors. Obviously dies to hero's downfall or anything like that. But, you know, it's not far away from getting your emblem where they have to sacrifice creatures. And basically your idea is to have loads of creatures on the board attacking for the win. As for the land, pretty simple lands. We've got 3 forests, a couple of swamps, a couple of plains, and then we've got the full set of Sunset Citadels to give the multicolour, which is obviously very handy. And then we run a few Scrylands, 3 Temple of Plenties, 3 Temple of Maladies, 3 Temple of Silence, and then 3 Windswept Heath. If we go across to the sideboard, the sideboard plan that I've got for this deck is to basically completely change it from the first type of deck. You know, if you feel like they've got a lot of enchantment removal and you want to change your plan, the sideboard is for, you know, still Abzan route obviously, but it's the complete change of plan to go more of a traditional Abzan route. So we run a full set of Thoughtseize, an Urborg just to add an extra landing because, you know, there's quite a bit of black in the sideboard, and obviously an Urborg will help. Drowning Sorrow, good against the old token decks, anything like that. Or, you know, perhaps, you know, you might have to kill off all your own creatures and use the Whisperwind if they haven't got their Whisperwind, if you're doing like a mirror match. Hero's Downfall, deal with awkward planeswalkers and some creatures. And then we run a couple of Elspeth Sun's Champions. As I said, it is like, you know, we can completely swap the change of deck, which hopefully your opponent won't be waiting for. 1 Hornet Queen in the sideboard. You know, sometimes I just like to bring it into the main board. It's always good, you know, if you can Whisperwind and flip over a Hornet Queen. Very good card. And then a couple of Boanilia. Haven't sided this in yet, but, you know, I would like to, because with all those little 2/2, sometimes, you know, it's very hard getting through the damage, but if they've all got Death Touch, you know, they're pretty scared to block sometimes, or if they have to block you, at least you're going to take out a bigger creature. And obviously has the other abilities, putting 1/1 counter on target creature, which, you know, make your manifest bigger, deals with a bit of fly, and then you can gain more life. Not that you should be needing life, but with this deck, 1 game I played, I got taken down to 1 life. This was before I brought in the Brutal Horde Chiefs and stuff like that, and ended up with 136 life. But I did mill myself, so please be careful, guys, when you're playing this deck. Check your card count because you don't want to be milling yourself. But this is a better performing deck now with the Brutal Horde Chiefs in, and, you know, a couple more changes that we made. Let me know what you think of the deck, guys. Say, you know, it's not your normal Whisper Master of the Unseen deck. Has got a few changes with the Whisper Whip and, you know, a couple of little things. And obviously with the sideboard plan, hopefully your opponents won't see that coming. They're expecting you to play, obviously, your Mastery Unseen again, and you can just change it around and go the old Abzan route. Hope you enjoyed this deck tech, guys. Let me know what you'll be playing at this for FNM. If I go to mine, this is what I will be playing if there's some standard going on. Please look at our playlist on our video. We've got loads of new playlists up showing our versus matches and everything like that. Always leave a like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot, guys.